enemy commanders knew something was wrong the moment the stars began to shift. Their scanners were silent, their early warning systems calm, but the space around them felt tense, as if the galaxy itself was holding its breath. On the bridge of the Zorth flagship, Captain Velrin watched the dark horizon of space. His forces had crushed 4 human colonies already. Victory felt close. But tonight, a strange fear sat in his chest, one he could not explain. His officers worked quietly. No one spoke loudly. No one laughed. Every sound felt heavy. Then the distortion appeared. At first, it looked like a small ripple, a soft trembling in the void. But it grew fast, spreading across the war zone like a wound opening in reality. Colors twisted, light bent. A deep humming vibration shook every ship. The Zorth crew froze. They all knew what this meant. They had heard the stories. They just never believed them. The humans were coming. A single officer gasped, "Sir, this energy signature, it's not possible. It matches the legends of the era." Before he finished, space tore open. A massive shadow stepped out of the distortion. Then another. Then dozens. One by one, humanity's warships emerged, huge, silent, and shaped like floating mountains of steel. Their dark hulls carried the scars of old wars. Their engines glowed like blue suns. Humanity's war armada had arrived. Captain Velrin felt his heart stop. His fleet had millions of soldiers, thousands of warships, countless weapons. But the humans, they had something else, something the Zorth did not understand. They had purpose. They had rage. And they had come for vengeance. Velrin whispered the truth no alien wanted to speak. They are not here to fight. They are here to end us. The moment humanity's war armada fully emerged, the war zone went silent. Not a single alien engine moved. Not a single commander breathed freely. Every Zorth ship simply floated, waiting for orders, yet none came. Captain Velrin's hands trembled above the control panel. He had seen many fleets in his life. He had destroyed many. But nothing compared to the sight before him now. Human ships did not roar. They did not send threats. They just stared. Hundreds of colossal warships formed a perfect formation, like blades of a giant machine. Their hulls glowed with quiet power. Their weapons remained cold, but everyone knew they could wake in a heartbeat. Velrin tried to speak, but his throat felt trapped. Finally, he forced out a command. "Prepare long-range scan. I want every detail, every weakness." His officer shook his head slowly. "Sir, they have none. Their armor is too thick. Their energy field is too strong. And their formation, it looks planned for one purpose." Velrin already knew the answer. "Erasing us," he whispered. Still, the Zorth believed they had a chance. For years, they had studied humans, calling them reckless, emotional, easy to break. They had destroyed human colonies, thinking it would weaken their spirit. They thought humanity would kneel, surrender, or beg for peace. That was their final mistake. A single light flashed from the center of the human fleet. Just one. No sound. No message. Only a signal. But every alien ship felt it like a blade against the throat. Velrin stared at the glowing point. "This is a warning," he said quietly. "Their last warning." Then the human engines began to brighten, slowly, rising in power, preparing for something the galaxy had not seen in centuries. Humanity was about to strike back. The first tremor rolled through the war zone like the heartbeat of a giant waking from a long sleep. Every ship, human and alien, felt the vibration. It was deep, powerful, and impossible to ignore. Captain Velrin gripped the edge of his command chair as the sensors lit up with warnings. Energy spike. "Sir, the humans are charging something massive." Velrin didn't answer. He just stared at the human armada. The warships were glowing now. Their engines shined like captured stars. Thick lines of light traveled across their armor hulls, connecting the fleet into a single network of energy. It was not a normal attack. It was something older, something forbidden, something only whispered about in alien history. A unified strike. Velrin's second officer panicked. "Sir, we must fire first. We must act now." But Velrin knew the truth. Even if they fired every weapon, even if they launched every fighter, they would not stop what was coming, because humanity wasn't responding emotionally. They weren't seeking revenge blindly. They were executing an operation, one practice perfected and prepared for this exact moment. Across the battlefield, human ships move with flawless precision, no wasted motion, no hesitation. The center vessel, the largest dreadnought, lowered its main cannon, a long, deep hum-filled space, vibrating even inside the Zorth bones. The enemy crew watched with terror. This was no simple weapon. This was a planetary killer level energy beam, built to erase entire star systems, yet controlled with surgical accuracy. Velryn whispered, "They warned us, and we ignored them." The human dreadnought's cannon reached full charge. A burning sphere of blue-white energy gathered at its mouth, brighter than a sun. Then, light exploded. The war zone turned white, and humanity finally answered with fire. The beam did not roar. It did not crackle. It simply existed, silent, perfect, unstoppable. A long line of white-blue light cut straight across the war zone, slicing through darkness like a blade made of stars. Everything it touched, fighter wings, battleships, shield stations, vanished instantly. Not destroyed, not broken, erased. Captain Velryn stared helplessly as half his fleet disappeared without even producing debris. "Impossible," one officer whispered. But the weapon did not pause. It kept going. Steady, calm, controlled. Velryn realized something horrifying. This was not even humanity's main strike. This was only the opening shot. The Zorth ship scrambled. Alarms screamed. Thousands of voices shouted for orders, escape routes, anything. But no one could outrun light. Before the beam faded, the second phase began. Human cruisers activated something unseen before. Thin metallic wings unfolded from their sides, glowing with crimson heat. Small objects detached and began to move fast, forming a storm around a human fleet. Drones, thousands of them, each one carrying miniature versions of the same erasing energy. Velryn's sense of chief choked in fear. "Sir, these drones are targeting our reactors. Every one of them." The drones swarmed like metal insects, weaving between explosions, moving with terrifying intelligence. They did not waste a single shot. Every drone hit exactly one target. Every target exploded. Alien ships tried to fire back, but the drones were too fast. Their shields were too strong. Their aim was perfect. For the first time, the Zorth commanders understood the truth. Humanity didn't build weapons to fight. They built weapons to end wars immediately. As Velryn watched his empire break apart in minutes, he whispered a final truth into collapsing silence. No alien survives a human decision. The war zone was no longer a battlefield. It had become a graveyard of an empire, and it happened in minutes. Smoke, shattered hulls, and drifting metal filled the void, but none of it came from the human side. Humanity's fleet remained untouched, still glowing with calm, control power. It was as if they had expected every move the Zorth would make. Captain Velryn forced himself to stand, though his legs felt weak. He looked at the collapsing remains of his once proud Armada. Entire squadrons gone, flagships erased, defensive lines shattered like glass. "Sir, command wants to know our status," an officer said with trembling voice. Velryn closed his eyes. "Tell them the Empire has fallen." But humanity was not finished. Not yet. The dreadnought at the center of the human formation pulsed again, its engines darkening, then burning brighter, shifting into a new mode. Every sensor on the enemy ships rang with warnings. A hyperspace signature. A big one. Velryn's heart dropped. More humans. Space rippled behind the first fleet. The distortion widened, stretched, and then broke open like a birth of a new star. An even larger formation of human ships emerged, battle fortresses, siege carriers, and something enormous at the center, a city-sized warship, a mobile command world. Velryn had studied humans for years, but he had never seen anything like this. Alien officers panicked. "Sir, this is impossible. How can they deploy 2 full armadas?" Velryn answered with a hollow voice. "They held back. All this time, they held back. Humanity had not come to win a battle. They had come to erase the threat forever. As the second human armada took position, every remaining Zorth knew their future had already ended. Their empire would not survive the hour. The second human armada settled into formation like a wall of moving planets. Their engines dimmed, their weapons aligned, and the battlefield fell into a deep, waiting silence. No alien dared to speak. No one even breathed loudly. The galaxy had never seen power like this. Calm, controlled, certain. Captain Velrin stepped closer to the fading holoscreens. His empire was gone. Millions of soldiers lost. Entire fleets erased. And yet, the humans did not fire again. They were waiting. Then a signal arrived. A single transmission from the largest human command world. No threats. No shouting. Only one voice, calm, steady, unshaken. This war end today. Velrin felt the weight of the words. Humanity had not come for cruelty. They had come to stop an endless cycle, to end an enemy who refused peace, who believed brutality made them strong. The voice continued, "We warned you not to touch our worlds. You ignored every call for peace. You attacked our people. You forced this war. Now understand the cost." All across the battlefield, human ships powered down their primary weapons, not because they feared the enemy, because they did not need them anymore. Every Zorth survivor realized the final truth. Humanity wins wars before they begin. Velrin bowed his head as the message reached its final line. Those who seek peace will find us as allies. Those who seek war will not exist long enough to regret it. Then the human fleets turned, slow, unified, unstoppable, and began leaving the battlefield. They did not stay to celebrate. They did not stay to threaten. Their message was already written across the stars. Humanity had risen. Humanity had claimed its place. And the galaxy would remember this day forever.